Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to conduct ourselves a little experiment. It is October 11th. So it would be a day when we would be harvesting soybeans. Here's my experiment. I'm dabbling into some regenerative ag practices, and I would like to plant green. So what planting green means is in the springtime when we plant our crop, there's a cover crop growing, not necessarily fallow, but growing. There's a huge amount of benefits, and maybe I'll get into that later when we look at the cover crop. But we have to plan accordingly to our end goal. We're working today for tomorrow's solution. So we're going to try and prevent having to use a burn down spray. So we're cutting one pass with the sprayer, one pass of chemicals, and cutting erosion. The field we're planting in has a gutter problem. The catch is we're spending money on our termination via roller crimper with fuel and whatnot, and we're paying for the seed. The seed's very expensive. I got a product here called Maize Pro DT, and it's by Life. So I kind of regret this. I think I'm going to change the mixture for next year, but basically if I can make it work on a small scale this year, I'm going to take my ground in York County next fall and plant a cover crop and try and plant through it. The catch is it's really hard to plant through dense vegetation, but it's a very healthy microbiome and whatnot. So this has let's see, what do we got? We got, as far as seeds in this, we got VNS, which means variety not stated, cereal rye, Patagonia hairy vetch, VNS forage peas, sweet bite sorghum, Sudan grass, Dixie crimson clover, VNS brown flax. I hear flax has a lot of huge benefits, as does the rye and the hairy vetch. Alsike clover, VNS Persian clover, daikon radish, which will get into the ground. I believe it frost kills, I don't know. So the frost will come in, it'll kill it, and that radish will rot away and leave a taproot that there's a hole for water to get in and for corn roots to follow and grow deeper without working hard. So daikon radish, some kind of sunflower, I can't pronounce that. Yeah, and there's obviously going to be a few other little things that get in there, like the coating and stuff of the seeds. So let's check it out. So we came from cereal rye planting. We're going to wheat, so we're gonna have to clean out the drill, but lucky for us, there's already cereal rye in this mix, so we don't have to worry too terribly much about the fact that there's a tiny bit of rye in the bottom here. I'm kind of excited to see what we got here. That's a lot of, no wonder this stuff's so expensive. To have to harvest all those little things and blend them. All right, now I need to make this perfectly equal across here. Because I don't want to have skippers. We got it kind of divvied around in here. What we got to do now is put this, what is it? It's peat inoculant for pea, vetch, and lentils. So here's the deal. As I've showed in other videos, with a legume crop, you're going to need a history in your soil of that legume, that similar type of legume, or you need to inoculate, or both. And by inoculating, what I'm doing, I'm putting bacterium that can cling to the roots and form a relationship with that plant where they get, what is it, aerobic or anaerobic? I guess it's anaerobic, where there's no oxygen, and those bacterium are able to produce nitrogen for the soil and for the plant in some cases, or one or the other or both. So in this case, because we have no history of that, of the vetch, the vetch would be, I believe, these purple seeds. Now they're coated, You know, I look in here and see these black things here. Like this here is a sunflower. This is like a cereal rye. I don't know what some of these other ones are. This big one in my pinky, I just dropped it. But the big round ones are peas, winter peas or something there. I forget what it said. So we're gonna sprinkle that. Now this has a expiration date, so 12/31/2023. So I'm just gonna use it all because it doesn't do me any good to save it for next year because it expires. Conveniently, that's my house, and that's the field we're going to. So I get to watch this field grow right out my front door. This field is very gutter prone, very washing prone, and it's corn after corn after corn after corn, with the exception of we like to sometimes plant rye in here to harvest. But this will be a nifty little experiment. Let's see what it does. Okay, well, just as I suspected would happen, I ran out before I finished my test plot. So there's a tiny triangle down there that nothing's planted in, but I got about, I'm gonna say about 3 or 2.8, something in that ballpark of acres planted. But just another piece of experimentation that was chopped, and this lighter colored stuff was combined. So there's more organic material on the surface than there is up here. So we'll see what happens. I'll try and get a video in a week or two when everything's up and tag it on the end of this video. And in the springtime when I try and plant, I will try and tag that. It'll be spring of 2024. I will try and tag that link to that video in the description. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully we can do some more fun experiments like this with cover crops and fun things, and trying to figure out how to get seed to soil without hairpinning and other challenges we have to overcome in this. I feel like a little bit of a pioneer. I know that a lot of people do this, but around here not many do, and the guys that do seem to love it, and the guys that don't seem to hate it. So I guess we'll see. All right, everybody, welcome back. On the end of the video, I've been wanting to post it, but I decided I wanted to wait and tack on once we had some things here established. So I'm standing here in this test plot field, and I thought we'd just take a moment to look at it. Now, there's a little bit of corn. That's corn that came up. But yeah, there's I don't know what that is. This skinny thing here, these are that's vetch. This here's some kind of a winter pea. Here's a radish. Oh, that's what that was. I think it's a radish. I don't know. I can't get it out, but there's a nice little stand of different things. I think that's flax. There's another pea. There should be some sort of sunflower in here. Now, we did get a frost, so maybe the sunflowers didn't make it. But I'm excited to see what happens. And of course, there's rye. This grass here, that's a rye. So, yeah. Thank you. Tune back in the spring. I will tack on another video in the spring. We're gonna use a friend of mine's planter. He's retiring from farming, and we're gonna try this planter out to get through this dense cover crop once it's established really good. So tune back in. Exciting times. Thank you. God bless.